Welcome back to Film Fanatics. My name's Miles, and today we're talking about the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Now, the Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of my all-time favorites because growing up, I really like Wallace and Gromit. The stop motion, clay motion pictures are the greatest films ever produced. And I wish and I need more film studios to invest in this because you guys got to understand, like, it takes months just to get 10 seconds. So this takes a crap ton of time, and I definitely love the studios and the people behind these films. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know something. Thank you all to my 1 billion subscribers speaking into existence, because I love every last one of you who already hit the subscribe button, and I love every last one of you who in the future hits the subscribe button. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't let it hit you back, because I heard that motherfucker fights. So let's go ahead and get into the Fantastic Mr. Beast breakdown. What I liked, what I enjoyed, pros and cons are coming just a little bit later. But basically the movie starts off with our protagonist, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and he's just a fox, essentially. They use these tropes to make him basically a burglar, and when he burglarizes people, he basically burglarizes farmers. So he steals their chickens, takes their livestock, obviously making the farmers do, take certain precautions and measures. But eventually he gets trapped in a cage with his future wife, and his future wife lets him know that he or she is pregnant with cubs, or little baby foxes. So he decides to change his ways, and a couple years go by, and now he's an older fox, kind of dealing with the fact that now he's a family man, and he kind of doesn't do what a fox does, and these natural instincts cause him to eventually just want more from his life. He explains in the movie that his father died in 7.5 fox years, or 7 fox years, and he's 7.5. So how long does a fox really live? So this puts him in a midlife crisis where he wants to get a new house, where he wants to go back on the lam and start robbing farmers, and he eventually does. He takes Christopoulos, I forget his name, but he had a cool name. He takes him and a couple and the badger, and they go on a really dangerous, farmer hunt for chickens. So they basically hit 3 distinct farmers who all are kind of, they're neighbors, they're humans. And I love the way the movie is very witty, charming. I love that, oh my God, the dialogue. The dialogue in this movie is superb. It's witty. It's just everything you need from just a movie. So everything that transpires in this movie makes sense from everyone's point of view. So he eventually robs all 3 of the farmers, and they're all distinctly known for 3 separate things, and he hits them off for all of it. This causes one of the main farmers to consult with all the other 2 farmers, and they hatch a plan to get rid of that fox. Basically, that's what happens in real life, and I'll get into the main message of the movie just a little bit later. But they eventually stake out where they think the fox is. They blow up his house, causing them and his family and most of the creatures, rodent creatures in the forest, to tunnel underground. They tunnel till they can't tunnel anymore, and now they're being hunted. So all the creatures are in danger because of Fantastic Mr. Fox's decisions. His wife lets him know about it. It's obviously seen within his family and his friends, and everyone's just running around. So now Mr. Fantastic Fox is met with a super big problem that he now has to fix. And I love the way the movie kind of goes about it, because he doesn't really fix this, because in real life, if a fox does do this, he doesn't really understand what he's doing, what he's getting himself into, what he's really causing for the other animals in the forest. So if animals were communicating this coherently, this is probably what would be going on, especially after these events. So eventually they get to a point where they escape death. And they get to a point where, boom, they end up in a supermarket. Now, the main message of this movie is how deforestation inevitably kills hundreds of rodent, livestock, forest life, and it replaces it with just a grocery store. So obviously these animals have nowhere to stay. They have to go somewhere else. But the movie does give a charming, witty way. They all dance Kumbaya at the end. So, in terms of the movie, it tries to handle itself in a certain way. So you have to, take a step back and actually understand, oh, wow, that forest that was by my house, now that it's gone, they're going to put up a supermarket. They're going to put up stores, and all the animals and wildlife that was living there is now gone. So we do owe it to ourselves to be able to contribute to lifestyle. So or wildlife and lifestyle. I know the average person doesn't have the resources to, honestly contribute, but wherever you can, that's going to be great, because animals like that do exist, and we do need to look out for other animals, something other than ourselves, and I think that's a positive message. So if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so very, very, very much. I try to give lighthearted reviews right now so I can build up my channel. Once I build it up more, I'm going to go back and give you actually the meat and the potatoes, and we're going to get real deep in this. But you got to subscribe, you got to like, and you got to comment. You do all of those things, man, we're almost there, and we'll get to go see Pulp Fiction in 10,000 millimeters. All right, that's what we're trying to do. We need 1 million followers so we can have the resources so we can do this. Hit the subscribe button so we can get this done. But thank you so very, very much if you made it to this point in the video. Have a great rest of your day, and love yourselves, and be just as fantastic as Fantastic Mr. Fox. Take care.